comfortable, seat. If you're feeling tight in your lower back or your hips at all, sit on the pillow or a blanket or blocks if you have it, so that you're really nice and comfortable. And close your eyes. Take in some nice, calm breath. Listening to your breath is our only job for our mind and our awareness right now. Just feel and experience your inhale and your exhale. And make any adjustments in your body that you need to with your legs, your arms, if you need to shift back with your upper body. Just feel into your body, feel your chest rise with your breath. And come back down into a nice easeful breath out. Start to soften your breath. Breathe in peace, calm, and balance. Feel the parts of you that are connected to your mat. And start to imagine and feel roots growing deep down into the center of the earth. And these roots are going to start to root you into a deep sense of grounding, love, and acceptance. Breathe in and breathe out tensions and worries. Let yourself be seen. Surround yourself with love. And imagine yourself in the center of a circle. And in this center of your circle, you are strong and grounded. Anything at all can move past you and around you. But no matter what is happening around you, you are remaining strong and grounded, centered and balanced, like the eye of a storm, peace and calm. Truly slow your breath down. Find a sense of stillness within your physical body. Lift your heart. Physically, take your mind, your awareness to your heart center, and we're going to rise it up from the inside and lift it up. Hopefully in that shift of lifting your heart, you found a little bit more space in your spine, a little bit more tallness in the upper body. And let your elbows start to anchor down so that your shoulders come down. And let's place our palms up, just on our inner knees there. Nice, soft, natural bend into our elbows. Welcome to start deepening your breath. So elongating the inhale and the exhale, extending it as long as you can, taking the awareness with you all the way to the base of the exhale. Try to expand full circle of the rib cage to the back of the heart, the side bodies, and down deeper into the ribs or into the lungs, sorry. Start to wiggle your head around, just really softly, really gently. In circles if you need it, or just a sway from side to side. Stay really, really soft in the closing of your eyes and between your teeth, along your hairline, and softening your forehead. Whatever you're doing, let's switch and go the other way. Keep lifting your heart from the inside out. Some nice full breathing still going on. And we're going to land to one side, doesn't matter what side, ear to shoulder. And make sure that your shoulders are sitting over top of your hips. Right and left sit bones are equally grounding. We haven't shifted the upper body over at all. It's just the ear has dropped. Keeping that nice natural bend in the elbows, still anchoring them down towards your mat. And if you're here in your stretch, you can start to take the collarbone and energetically press it down toward the mat, and your jawbone kind of pulling up to the sky. So you get almost like a shearing feeling in the front of the neck there. You can play with the placement of your chin to look up, look more towards the shoulder head, depending on where you're feeling tightness in the neck. Nice even breathing. We're going to go 3 more breaths here. To release, you can either drop the chin down towards the chest and then bring the head back up, or you can just tilt the head back up to balance. So breathe in. And exhale, drawing it back up. Just find the balance and check in from side to side, see how you're feeling. If you need to wiggle around at all, take that opportunity. All right, breathe in. Exhale, tilt the ear to the other side, being aware to keep our shoulders over our hips again. Sit bones equally grounding, pulling the belly button to support the lower back. And start to settle your shoulders. And once you feel yourself settled in our pose, again, take the collarbone and start to energetically draw it down towards the earth and the jawbone up. A little bit of space between your teeth, soften your tongue, your cheekbones, if you're pressing your eyebrows down. Again, playing with the position of your chin to find the most effective stretch for you tonight. Palms laying out, or palms facing up. If you're super tight and you're able to press that shoulder down and the collarbone down and pull the jawbone away, you might feel this up into your ear if you have a really tight side or both sides. Two more breaths. Awesome. So the same thing, bring it down to the chest, the chin down to the chest, or just tilt the head back up to center. Inhale. Exhale, slowly coming out. And just wobble your head around. Breathe in and breathe out. Try and lighten up your skull bones. Any tight tension or worries you're carrying around in the skull bones, just try to wiggle, start to let those wiggle out. Beautiful. Let's bring the hands to the heart space at Namaste. We're going to inhale up to the sky. Inhale up. Exhale big. Exhale full, complete. Back to the heart. And again, inhale up. Like you're moving through honey. So we've got some grace and some strength here. Press the palms together. Land in the heart space. This time we're going to peel the hands apart and bring them down to goalpost arms. Exhale as we do that. So squeeze those shoulder bones together. Bring the elbows slightly forward. Palms up. Spread the fingers nice and wide. And then start to squeeze the, like you're trying to squeeze an apple or an orange between your shoulder blades there. And peel apart the heart space here in the front. You can look up, you can look down, yogi's choice. Make sure you're not bringing the shoulders up here. They're drawing down the elbows as well. We're going to get ready to take a big breath back up and back to our heart space. So inhale, take it up. Exhale, press the palms together as you breathe out. So create some energy between those hands. So it's a strong, strong breath. Inhale up. Let's do that again. Exhale, like you're trying to pull something down. Strong breath out there. Inhale up. And exhale, press the hands together specifically as you come to the heart. Curl your spine and drop your chin and just stay here for a breath or two. Maybe if you can, take some breath to the back of your heart. So you're pressing into your hands, sending the elbows out and away, and trying to peel between the shoulder blades, kind of making a little bit of space around your spine there in the upper back. Let's go that circuit one more time. Inhale, rise those hands all the way up to the sky. Exhale as you peel them apart, and as you land at the bottom of the breath is when you squeeze really hard there. And then draw back up, gentle, gentle. Palms come softly together and land back in your heart. Just stay here for 2 breaths. Soften the closing of your eyes, between your teeth, along your jawline. Awesome. Take the fingertips beside the hips. And we're just going to take the legs out into a V shape. Okay. Press the leg bones really long if you can. Doesn't matter how wide your V shape is for you tonight. Bring your awareness to your sit bones, your left sit bone, your right sit bone, and feel them anchoring and pressing down into either your blanket or your mat. Okay. And close your eyes, lift your heart, find your spine really, really tall, shift slightly back with the upper body so you're really quite tall. Okay. Place our hands onto our knees and just rest them there. And if you want to, you can kind of like knead your kneecap a little bit. Soften your feet. They're just hanging out there. Just going to work around the kneecap a little bit. Give it some permission to release and relax. Breathe in and breathe out. A little bit of self-care. Just massage around the top of your knee. Maybe along the sides there. Excellent. All right, we're going to go into a fold, ladies. Breathe in and exhale, fold it over. Stay tall and long in the spine for now. So we're going to be here for probably a good 3 minutes in this fold. If you have blocks or anything that you want to use to assist you, you can place your elbows onto. Otherwise, connect the hands to the mat. You can have the palms up, palms down. Of course, palms up is going to be more surrendering. Palms down is going to be rather rooting. So you choose for yourself which form of energy you need tonight. And soften into the inner thighs. Let go of the muscles around the leg bones. They can just be really soft and resting. Nice and even with your breath. I thought tonight while we were in some of our postures that I would attach some mantras to our posture that we're in. Okay, so as we're moving along through our practice, I'll just share a mantra with you, and if it resonates with you, you can repeat it. If not, just let it go on by. It's continuing a nice soft breath in and breath out. I come from love. I feel love. I receive love. I come from love. I feel love. I receive love. Just soften your lips, allow them to fall away from your teeth. Really deeply soften your facial structure, your skin, bones. If you haven't already, you're welcome to start rounding in the spine, dropping, let your head, your skull bones feel quite heavy. If you're rounding in through the back. Remembering we're staying here for a little length of time. Listening to our bodies when they're ready to shift a little deeper, or even if you're needing to come out of the pose a little bit, that is perfectly okay too. Focus on softening through the pelvic floor, all around the pelvis, the bowl of the pelvis. Soften your groins towards the mat. Feel your sit bone and your tailbone rooting down. Softening your skull bones just a little bit more. Top of the back across the shoulders. About another 30, 40 seconds left. So if you have a message from your body, it's okay to go a little, shift just a little bit more. A little deeper into the fold. Be open and receiving for that. 3 more breaths. As we start to prepare to come out of our forward fold, we want to keep in mind that we come out of it nice and slowly and mindfully, rolling up 1 vertebra at a time. Last breath here, staying as we are in a forward fold. Starting to prepare. So we want to, if you need to place the hands on the mat, start to press into the mat and breathe in and breathe out as we roll nice and slowly. Back up to tall. Try and keep your eyes closed as you rise up if you can. And then once you've risen up and you're sitting nice and tall, just stay there for a few breaths. Allow your eyes to flutter open. Taking the outsides of the legs, we're going to assist them to coming back into center. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. If you need to pedal them out a little bit, move them up and down. Breathe in, breathe out. Excellent. All right, come to stillness. Take a big swooping breath all the way up. Inhale. Let the palms just float down the front of your your body. Calm your nervous system on a deeper level, a little bit more here. Let's go one more time all the way up. And exhale. We're going to do that again, but when we come back down for the breath out, we're going to go into a twist, even though our legs are straight. We're going to go into a twist. You choose which side you want to do first. And exhale, just twist it out, land here in the twist. You can place your open palm against the thigh, against the outside of the, like nice and gentle against the outside of the leg. Just find a spot that works nice for you. Anchor your back hand with the fingertips. And then unplug your upper body from your lower body. Nice tall spine. Lift your heart. Shoulders coming down. You can keep your feet active if you find that a little easier, or you can just let them be. Completely up to you. Take some nice deep breath here in your twist. Two more breaths. We're going to breathe in and breathe out, come back to our center. Take a couple more big scooping breaths as we go back. So inhale. Exhale, release slowly back to your center. Bring the hands to your heart, scooping breath all the way up. Exhale, let the palms fall down. Calm yourself as you do this. So taking your time, going as slow as you need to go. One more time, inhale up. Exhale, calming breath down. We need to twist to the other side. So breathe up. Exhale, fall into your twist. Take another breath, inhale, and find a deeper version of the twist if you're ready. Flex the feet if you want to. Check into those sit bones. Make sure they're both equally rooted. The tailbone as well. It's a nice calm breath, making sure we're not clenching in our teeth, pressing the tongue up towards the roof of our mouth, closing the eyes really tightly. Any sort of gripping in the face. Nice. Please make sure we're not holding our breath. Last breath right here. And then we're going to inhale to rise up. So inhale, rise the hands up. Exhale, fold it forward. And just stay here in a little bit of an active fold. So the palms facing each other, about the same width, about hip width apart. And trying to hinge at the hips. So imagine you have a broomstick on your lap and you're just trying to hinge over top of that. So we're trying to stay away from rounding in the spine. Lift your heart, set your drishti just between your hands. Plug the shoulders down. Try to soften and open up across the lower back, the hips there, and the hamstrings. Breathe in. Exhale, draw the palms down to the mat and let them connect right there. That may be back here for you. It may be more forward. Imagine your feet that you're standing on the floor. So your feet are active and they are parallel with each other. They're not out in a V shape right now. They're nice and up and down. Staying calm in the shoulders, your chest cavity. For 30 more seconds. Two more breaths. All right, we're going to get ready to rise back up to a tall seat. Breathe in. Exhale, slowly start to walk the hands back as you roll up on the spine. Nice and slow to lift the heart, shine the collarbones, pull the shoulder heads back, and let's loop the shoulders up and back. So we're nice and tall there. Perfect. Close your eyes, breathe in tall. All right, we're going to shift to fours. We're going to move into pigeon. We have not done pigeon in a little while. So let's just find fours first. If you want your support underneath of your hips or your elbows, or you don't want it at all, put it to the side there. Nice spread wide fingers. Make your bones nice and long. Drop the tailbone between the space of your knees. Pull the belly button so you feel some engagement through the core. Breathe in, breathe out. If you need a few cat-cows, do that. Otherwise, just stay still here for a few breaths in your fours. Start to ripple softness down your spine. And sway your head side to side if you'd like. Take it around in some circles. And actually, let's start some movement through the spine. So circle your rib cage around. Really quite slowly though. Breathing deeply in and deeply out, fully out. Make sure to go the other way when you're ready to. Close your eyes, enjoy the movement, this circular movement. Excellent. We're going to go into a puppy pose before we go into pigeon. So step your hands quite far forward. So you're in this nice long, you may need to move the knees back as well. If you prefer not to do puppy pose, you're welcome to just draw back into child's pose, okay? So in puppy pose, the tailbone's going to stay high. The heart's going to melt down towards the mat. Breathe in. Exhale, start to melt. You may need to walk your hands down even further, depending on your flexibility. Okay, so our hips want to stay high. Tailbone wants to stay high. Engage your belly in and just start to let your heart melt towards the mat. You might feel your shoulder blades start to squeeze together a little bit. Keep your fingers widely spread and rooting. Really important to stay checked into your jaw here, so as to not clench your teeth together while we're in puppy pose. Relax your ankles and your feet. We won't stay here too long, so let's just stay another 3 breaths. Awesome. So to come out of puppy pose, start to pull your tailbone back. You can draw forward onto the elbows. If you want to drop the hips down, you can for a moment just to reverse that. There we go. Let your hips anchor down. So you may land in Sphinx or a version of, and we're going to work our way into pigeon here pretty soon. Just let your hips relax. Take some belly breath. Close your eyes, really draw inward here. Soften right through the center of your spine. Land that softness in around your tailbone. Okay, we're gonna get ready to come out of this. So splay the elbows out wide first, just to release the back. Let your forehead drop down to the mat. Stay here a few breaths. Release around your leg bones, your upper leg bones and your knees, your ankles, tops of your feet. So when you're ready, well, let's draw our hands back like we're going to lift up into a cobra pose. So we can press up into 4s. Breathe in and exhale up to 4s. Draw back to a child's pose for a few breaths. Slowly land, maybe connect your forehead. Let your sit bones start to anchor down towards the heels. Soften your body just a little bit more into the posture so that you sink heavier into the mat. Let's do 3 full belly breaths.
If you don't have your arms out extended long, let's slowly take them out there. Spread the fingers. Connect your palm print to your mat. We're going to inhale, rise up to fours. Breathe in. And rise up to fours. So we're going to go into pigeon. If you need a rolled blanket or something underneath your hip, put that on the side that you're of the leg that you're going to bring forward first. So that's probably going to be your right side. We'll do our right side first. You can go from fours if you'd like, if you prefer that, or if you prefer getting into pigeon from downward dog, go ahead with the breath, lift up onto downward dog. You want to hang out here in dog for a few breaths, go ahead. And to come into your pigeon, we want to do that, of course, on our exhale, our breath out to bring the leg underneath of us. So have your rolled blanket to place underneath of the front thigh, underneath the glutes there if you need it. And then we want our knee in alignment with the hip. And we've got this little bony part on the front of the knee, and we want that facing down toward the mat there. So let's just stay tall in our pigeon for a moment. Breathe, close your eyes, let your body settle into the pose. It has been a long while since we've done pigeon. As you're ready, you can lower your body down, come onto the elbows. If it's available, bring your chest right down to the mat and your forehead right down to the mat, on stacked fists or on the mat. Okay. So do that on the exhale. So we're going to remain here in pigeon for probably a good 4 minutes. Soften your structure, your entire back body, right from the skull bones, the base of your skull, down through the spine. Let the pelvic bowl go. Notice if you have any gripping happening around the bones of your extended long leg. Let that leg just fall heavy into the mat. And soften your chest cavity. Start to unwind your joints. Nice calm breath. I should mention that if pigeon in this version is uncomfortable for you or causing you any sort of discomfort or pain and you're not liking it, it's just not working, you can lay on your back and go into a figure 4 that way, and you'll get the same sort of a stretch. Try and keep your hips centered and balanced as opposed to letting them fall off to one side. You want to try and keep them. That's where the blanket underneath the glutes comes in really handy. It props you up so it keeps our body from falling off to the side. Let your lips part. Fall away from your teeth part. Let the tongue come away from the roof of our mouth. Soften down your side body. Being mindful of your breath. Gentle breath in. And a nice long, calm breath out. One more minute. Let your body sink a little bit more. Rest in the pose a little bit more. In preparation for coming out of our pigeon pose, we're going to plant one hand, then the other hand, and slowly rise up and just linger in high pigeon for a few breaths before you move, if you're okay with that. So inhale, exhale, slowly press the upper body up. Drop the chin towards the chest here and just let your head fall a bit heavy in your high pigeon. Or you can send your gaze forward. Two more breaths. Okay, as we're ready, let's tuck the toes of that back leg, and we want to make sure we withdraw from the pose on our breath out. So a nice full breath in, and exhale, lift either to fours or downward facing dog. Either way, we're all going to come to meet in downward dog eventually, and just stay here. Let some blood flow back down into that leg that was bent, our front leg. You can pedal the feet if you want, or just stay in stillness in your downward facing dog. Some nice full deep breath. And let's get ready to go to the other side. So put your support on the other side if you're using one. Breath in and breath out to transfer forward. So gently land, lengthen that back leg. Find that position of the front leg there. Put your rolled support underneath of your thigh if you're needing it. And just stay in high pigeon for a few breaths here. Let things start to adjust. And be okay with being in pigeon. Find a nice alignment. Stay here and breathe. Stay up about 3 breaths. And then take a nice full breath in, and you can come down lower in pigeon if it's available. Making sure that when you do lower down in pigeon, that you haven't fallen off to the one side and allowed that hip to fall out of alignment there. So we want everything square and underneath of us. And then start to soften again. All the areas of your body and the parts of your body where you tend to carry tension and worries. Focus on those with the breath. Soften underneath your shoulder blades, down into your armpits, in between your ribs, across your chest. Try to find a stillness that is very still, very calm. Soften all of the areas of your pelvic bowl, around your hips, your hip flexors, down the front of the thigh, any gripping you're holding, just release it, breathe it out. Releasing the lips from the teeth. A nice time to ask yourself, your body, yourself as a person, your mind, body, spirit, what it is that you're needing, and asking that question with curiosity as opposed to any sort of judgments or preconceived notions. It's asking yourself, what is it that I am needing, especially in the sense of a self-care way. What is maybe something that we're needing to take care of ourselves to move us through our coming week with grace and strength and peace, preserving and protecting our own peace. One more minute. Soften your structure a little bit more here. Couple more breaths, and we're going to prepare ourselves for coming up out of our pose during that breath. So we start to plant one hand and then the other, and we'll rise up. Inhale, exhale. Stay here and linger. Being aware of what's happening in the jaw. Are you clenching your teeth? Tucking those toes of the back foot. We're going to get ready to shift back to fours or downward facing dog. Eventually all meet in dog though. Breathe in. Exhale, slowly shifting it back. Take some full deep breath here. If you need a bent knee downward dog at the moment, do that. So we should all be in downward dog, just taking some nice full deep breath. You can pedal your legs if you'd like. Make any sort of movements, a bouncing movement if you need. Shaking your head, the ribs. All right, take a deep breath in and rise to your toes. Inhale. Exhale, come on down to the knees. Take your hands long, walk the knees long, or we're just going to come to lay on the bellies. Breathe in. Exhale, come to lay on your belly. Take the hands to goalpost and just place one ear on your mat. Okay, so you're looking off to one side, hands at goalpost, palms down, connected to the floor. Make some space in around the hip flexors, so walk your legs back a little bit. You can take your legs a little wide, so to the corners of your mats if you want to. Shake out the pelvis, let it rock back and forth, just a nice small movement. Let the shoulder heads drop down towards the mat. Try and focus on range of motion here, range of movement in the neck. So you're trying to, let your temple connect to the mat if you can. Release the spine, the chest cavity. Press your belly into the mat with your breath. Soften your facial structure. So we're going to lift the head and place it to the other side. You might find one side more tight than the other. You may have, a nice range on both sides, but inhale and lift the head up. Exhale, place it looking the other way. Again, let your shoulder heads fall into the mat. Arms in a nice goal post shape. Still letting the legs go if you need to shake the hips again one more time. Send a message to your entire lower body to just let go. Release anything that's gripping or holding. Some nice full belly breathing here. Maybe let your lips part, the teeth part as well. A few more breaths. The last breath right here. We're going to breathe in and lift the head, hover the nose above the mat. Bring the legs back in hip, knee, ankle alignment so they're quite a bit closer together. And place all 10 toenails on your mat. Draw your palms back as though to lift up into cobra. Draw the elbows, the inner arms towards your side body, the elbows towards the tops of the hips. So you're going to feel a little bit of strength or compression come into the lower back there. We're going to lift up for a cobra 3 times, like a paintbrush, nice and graceful. Inhale up. And release back to your mat. Exhale. This is a nice, slow, graceful movement. Peel your way back up. And exhale, fall the heart back. Last time right here. Inhale up. Exhale, release it down. Breathe up to 4s. Big breath in. Exhale, come to child's pose. And slowly, slowly let that tailbone anchor back down towards the heels. If you want to take your knees wider, take your knees wider. Place the palms for the forehead to lay on if you want. And let go of your sit bones, of your tailbone. Feel the weight of your head sinking into your support. If you want to take your hands alongside your body, you can. If you want to take them to Namaste behind the nape of the neck, just sitting on the skull bones, welcome to that as well. So we're going to stay here in child's pose for a minute. Reminder to take a few belly breaths if you haven't. Three more breaths. We're going to prepare to roll up to come seated on our knees. Starting with the breath in. Exhale, press into your mat, slowly roll up. Come seated on your knees. Stay here if it's comfortable for you, otherwise you can come to seated Sukhasana. Lift your heart from the inside out. A little bit of a drop to the chin. And float your hands up to Namaste, Anjali Mudra in front of your heart. Let your inner arms fall in towards your side body. Soften the tops of your shoulders and across the collarbones. Nice mindful breath in. And mindful breath out.
Good. 3 more breaths. Our next breath out, we're going to just let the hands fall down towards the lap there. Breathe in. Exhale, let the hands fall to the lap, palms up. And just place them palms up on your lap. You can have them hovering below the belly as well. Lift your heart, let it shine open. Find yourself nice and tall. Slowly flutter your eyes open. Bring just your mat space into your awareness. And keeping your awareness quite small, everything else really doesn't matter. Just keeping your awareness quite small. We're going to start to get ready for Shavasana. If you want to put on, if you have any socks or sweater you want to put on, or grab a blanket, play some music, anything like that. Prepare for that, and then come to lay flat on our back on our mat, because we're going to go into twist first before we do Shavasana tonight. So I'll give us a moment. I'll give you a moment to get prepared and ready, and then come to laying on your back. Prepare for twist. So once you're laying on your back, find a star position. So our legs are wide, our arms are wide, head is supported heavily by the mat. It's falling nice and deep in the mat. This is feeling an openness into the front of your body. Breathe down into your belly, feel it rise and fall. Let the shoulder blades sink down into the mat, so releasing any tension in your shoulders, within the joints, shoulder heads, in your throat. And taking the arms into a W is really, really helpful in opening the chest a little bit too. So your feet are just falling off to the side, falling out to the side. And when you're ready, bend one knee, place the heel bone just below the sit bone, the other leg comes up, bent. Lift the pelvis, feel, and then place the lower back so you feel it nicely connected, all of the entirety of your lower back connected to the mat. Maybe wiggle the hips around for a second so you kind of like swiveling on the tailbone. And we're going to shift the hips off to one side and let the knees fall off for a twist. So breathe in. And on our exhale is when we let the legs fall. Keep the heart open towards the sky. Stack the hips, stack the legs. Release the inner thighs and the lower leg bones. There, once you reach your twist. So lots of space from the top of the hip to the bottom of the rib cage. Check into your lower leg bones, check into your leg bones. Make sure you're not gripping, especially in that bottom leg, to soften the groins as well. If you want to go deeper with this, A, you can extend that top leg. B, you can take the arm opposite of the way the legs are and reach it up towards the corner of your mat. And you can send your gaze off to the opposite side as well. So just a few things to take you a little deeper into the posture. Nice even breath, parting the teeth.
The ankle's a bit of a movement if you feel like they're holding any gripping or anything at all like that. If you're in a deeper version of the pose, we're gonna come back to where we began. It's breathing in, and as you breathe out, bring that leg back, bring the arm back if you had it extended off to the corner. And our next breath, we're going to bring the body back to center. Exhale, let things just naturally fall back to your center. Lift the pelvis, rebalance. Find some length in the lower back there. Get any little movements or adjustments you need. Shift the feet and the hips off to one another side, the other side. And on the breath out, here we go. So as we arrive here in the twist, stacking the legs, release those bottom leg bones and the groins, the top leg bones as well. Sink the arms. Nice full breath. So if you went a deeper version on the other side, you're welcome to do the same. Extend the leg, take the arm up to the corner, send your gaze to the opposite way of the leg. Making sure we're not pursing our lips together, closing our eyes tightly, or drawing the eyebrows down. Three more breaths in the deeper version. Soften your ankles, your wrists. On the breath, slowly come back to where we began, the softest version. And as we breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, we're going to come back to center. Inhale, exhale, let your body naturally fall back there. When you do, lift your pelvis back to center. Find some length in that lower back. Move your spine around. Excellent. So you can take the feet wide, let them shimmy out. So the knife edge of the feet is on the outsides of the mat, and then let your knees fall in towards each other. Arms in a nice W shape. Close your eyes, breathe down deep into your belly. And when you're ready, just shimmy one leg back to center, the other leg, heel toe back to center. And if you'd like to extend them long, we're just gonna get ready to fall into Shavasana here. So whatever version of laying you want to do for your Shavasana tonight. Taking a nice deep breath in through your nose, really fill your body with breath. And then allow that breath to fall from your body nice and gently, easily. And repeating that nice deep breathing a couple of times at least. And softening into your breath. So returning back to a nice natural breath for you. Trying to calm your mind, body, spirit. Letting your body rest, your muscles and your bones. Just thinking as you fall into a restful state within your thinking mind and your physical body. I am at peace. I accept and love myself beyond measure. I release all energy that does not serve my healing, my happiness, and my joy. I am light. I am love. I am grounded. I am centered. Taking a nice soft breath in, releasing your bones. And softening your muscles. Letting go of your pelvis and your ribs. And softening all the little structures of your face. And softening your body from head to toe, your skin, your breath. Just letting things go. Breathe in, breathe out.
Taking a nice, soft, gentle breath in. Staying very peaceful and calm in your mind, your body, and your spirit. And start to wake up our body in a way that feels really good and feels right. Take your time, and when you're ready, roll to your side. Stay there for a few breaths, and then we'll all come back together to close our practice in seated Sukhasana. So once we arrive here together in seated Sukhasana, staying gentle but tall in your seat and in your body, keeping your heart lifted and open. And let's rise our hands to our heart space together. And take a breath. Exhale. Root yourself here a little deeper, a little stronger. And prepare yourself for the week and the week and the days ahead. I thought I'd close our practice tonight with a self-intention mantra. So just staying mindful and staying with your eyes closed, hands at your heart. I commit to bringing a new relationship with myself into being. I commit to learning how to love myself in this moment, in this time, as I am. I commit to being compassionate and gentle and fiercely loving with myself. I commit to getting to know the being that I am right now. I commit to no longer abandoning or rejecting myself. I commit to staying with myself on this journey of life at my own pace, in my own time. I am stepping into this journey of life as a friend and an ally to myself. Take care of yourself this week, you guys. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Om Shanti, deep peace to you. Namaste. Thank you, ladies.